Hi you guys, I wanted to review for you a book called The Coldest Winter Ever. It's written by Sister Souljah, and I'm going to start off by reading what's on the back of the book. And that's the book cover. That's what it looks like. It says, Ghetto-born Winter is the young, wealthy daughter of a prominent Brooklyn drug-dealing family. Quick-witted, sexy, and business-minded, she knows and loves the streets like the curves of her own body. But when a cold winter wind blows her life in a direction she doesn't want to go, her street smarts and seductive skills are put to the test of a lifetime. Unwilling to lose, this ghetto girl will do anything to stay on top. I would first say that there are a few things on the back of this book that I don't particularly agree with. Quick-witted. I don't think she's that quick-witted. I think that she's a little slow. Business-minded. She thinks that she's business-minded, that she has all the sense, but she has a business mind in a negative way. It's like, what can you do for me? What can I get out of you? How much money can I make off of this? How can I scheme and manipulate this situation so that I can get money? But I think that for the most part, her character was well written. So a few things that I think people are interested in is, one, is the book well written? Yes, it's well written. It's based off like in the early 90s in New York. She's the daughter, like I said, a drug lord. Something negative happens to his business, and this basically is the story of how she deals with that. Her life kind of spirals out of control, and you get to see how she evolves or does not evolve through this change in her life. She's separated from people. Her lifestyle is different. What she has been conditioned to expect hasn't changed, even though her situation has changed. So in that sense, she's a very interesting character. I think that the world building in this book is really great. I can definitely see the lifestyle that she lived. I can see the characters. I can envision all of this in my mind. Another thing that I wanted to say about her is that she is very egotistical, and I think she was written this way on purpose. She's very self-centered. She doesn't care about anybody else's feelings. She doesn't care what happens to anyone. She's all about self. And like I said, I think it's because she's been conditioned to behave that way because of the type of environment that she grew up in. If I had to give this stars, like out of 5 stars, what would you give it? I would give it a 2. Not because it wasn't well written, but because I felt like I had to reach for themes. I had to reach for a deeper understanding. And a former colleague of mine told me that you shouldn't really do that. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be engaging. You're supposed to want to know what happens to these characters. And you do. That does happen. And that's why I'm giving it 2 stars. It was okay. 3, 4, 5 stars would be, I liked it. It was the best book I ever read. This book was amazing. And I don't have those feelings about the book, so I can't give it 3, 4, or 5 stars. The themes that I got from this book, and you can leave comments and tell me if you feel differently, but I feel like one of the themes is what goes around comes around. You can't go through life being hateful and self-centered and looking out only for your best interest and not think something negative is going to end up happening. Another thing I think that is important is that she was very true. The writer was very true to Winter. I think that, I don't know if she majored in psychology or whatever, but every single thing about her character is so extreme. It's so extremely placed. She's so self-centered. She's so egotistical. She's so self-absorbed. Everything is so extreme. There's not, oh, she's a little self-absorbed. She's a little, cocky. No, everything is very, very extreme. And I have to say it was a little disheartening to read a story like this because it basically highlights all of the negative things that the world thinks about black youth that grow up in the projects or grow up in underserved areas. So in that sense, I didn't like it, but it was very real. So I guess how could you argue with that? If you like the type of book that's very engaging, there's lots of drama, you want to know what happens to the characters and how things turn out, I think this would be the perfect book for you because it's going to give you all of that and more. And I think depending on what you're looking for, you may give this 4 to 5 stars, but I guess it just wasn't really my cup of tea, I guess. And I just found her character to be a little disturbing. So with that being said, that's my review. If you guys have comments or questions or want to give me feedback, please do so because my cousins made me read this book. They told me, oh, you haven't read that book? You're so late. And I was like, okay. So I bought the book. And I'm glad I know now what all the hype was about, but I have my own feelings about the book. So leave yours below, and I'll talk to you later.